I just built a full retirement planning app and I didn't write any of the code myself. And what's crazy is it's actually better than most of the tools that are out there. Let me show you what I mean and why this completely changed how I think about building software and how you can do it too. This is a retirement planning app that I've been building using AI. But instead of just being another calculator, it actually walks you through the entire process, step by step. It explains what you're entering and why it matters and how everything connects. So let's just briefly look through this and I'll show you how it works. But the most amazing thing about this is that I started with nothing. And I've got an app here that I could actually use to plan and project my retirement. And so let's take a look at what we've got so far. So here on the screen, when it first opens, it just basically has a splash page and it tells you what this app is good for and how it works. And it asks you to make a decision. Do you want to be guided, like a guided journey mode, or do you want to just step through the tabs independently? So now we'll just say yes, we want to be guided. And so what it does is it walks you through profile, income, expenses, retirement budget, future events, taxes, and there are other tabs here as well. So let me close this. Go ahead and open that full screen, and you can see all of the tabs here at the top. So essentially what you're doing is you're creating a profile, you're putting in all of your income, all of your expenses, so your monthly budget, what do you spend your money on, retirement budget. Now this one is in particular, if I click on this, it's going to throw up a splash page and it says, what is this tab gathering? And it explains what is gathering and why it matters. And for that matter, every page or every tab has this kind of a splash page that opens up and explains to you while you're going through this process what information it needs. And also, what I think is important is why. Most financial tools assume that you already understand everything, the taxes, the income, the withdrawal strategies, but most people don't. And honestly, I didn't either. So I wanted to build something that teaches you while you are planning. So instead of just dumping numbers on you, the app literally guides you through each step. So for example, you see here this sidebar here, this guided journey setup. It tells you as you go through the tabs where you're at in terms of progress, and it creates a mini checklist as each one of them is completed. It also has the option to open the walkthrough for the tab. So as I click on each tab, it will walk you through all those. This tab explains your household setup, so the profile. This one shows you where your income comes from. And this one is where you understand what your life actually costs. And this is where it gets really powerful. I mean, it runs a full projection of your retirement. And it can even tell you which accounts to withdraw from first. So instead of guessing, you actually understand your plan. So, for example, here under projection, it shows you a chart of how your retirement savings will accrue over time. And then this yearly table, it will break it down and show you, the dollar amounts and based on your expenses or compared to your expenses. And then it can also show you which accounts to withdraw your money from. So, for example, if you have a 401k or a brokerage account or a Roth account, this will explain, how that money, where it's coming from and how it's being used and when. So, and here's the part that just blew my mind. And here's the part that just blew my mind. I built all of this by working with ChatGPT. Now, not just generating code, but designing the experience and refining it and fixing bugs and improving the flow. It felt more like collaborating than coding. And I am not a coder. I work with people who are coders, but I am not. It felt more like having a conversation and explaining what I wanted to accomplish. And then ChatGPT using the Python emulator or the Python interpreter was able to translate what I wanted into code. To me, that's amazing. All right, I want to show you guys, and I'm going to close with this, but I want to show you guys how this started literally using ChatGPT, and you can see what has been developed on the right-hand side here. I literally started with this prompt inside of the Python ChatGPT module. I said, I am new to all of this. I want you to help me build an app that I can run on my PC that will help me build a budget for retirement. You will need to walk me through the process step by step. The goal of the app is to ask for relevant budget categories. And you can continue to read through there if you want to. And I'm just telling you, this is amazing to me what chat is able to do, what AI is able to do, is take an idea that I have and render an application that I could use for a very specific purpose. And who knows, maybe somebody else could use this as well. I just am very impressed, and I just think that there's so much potential, and this is just getting started.